I've never seen a pop-prophecy before come to fruition, and I cannot wait for it to finally happen today. We'll keep our eyes glued to that gigantic
They better
box.
draft top Smolder for King for the scaling.
I mean, at least there's precedence.
Yeah, no, he did that. Tank Smolder was a thing back in the day.
Oh, no lock though. That's good actually for the long game because he tends to just end them.
Yeah, or like he doesn't end them and then it's over for him pretty fast.
Yeah. He ends them one way or the other.
All right, double mid bans for Scout again.
All right, Jace comes through as well because of the Olaf now being off the table. All right.
Last
what
ban.
is the last one? Is it Nocturne? Could be a Nocturne.
Could be.
Poppy. Nautilus was banned last time.
Ash.
Ash
Maybe
was
Seraphine. That was
obviously
another one that was being considered. There's no Ezreal though. No Caitlyn, no Yunara. Nocturne gets slammed down for Sponge. He has been a bit of a Nocturne enjoyer.
Yep.
He was an early adopter alongside Owner. Oh, it's just Callista. They banned Ash for a different reason.
All right. So Callista Renata will just be slammed here.
Don't Ziggs it, Diablo. But I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to play Draven Blitzcrank with a Nocturne jungle. I don't...
Well, there's no Ezreal. There's no Caitlyn. So it becomes difficult to work out who to play. No Lulu either, so you can't really like Cogmore this or anything like that.
There's no Bard. Not Syndra bottom lane, surely.
No. Oh, they might Talia though. Syndra and the Gnar will come through though.
Okay, well they have some good soul lane picks they got here. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to play in that bottom lane. I do feel like it's worth banning Lehenz's MSI MVP Blitzcrank.
That sounds like a good option.
Because I don't know what else could potentially counter this. Is Vikla just he's gonna look to struggle in the first few levels, but then try to kill an immobile Syndra repeatedly.
He has performed very well on this champion in the
Bailout
past.
for Akali is pretty good too, actually, because it's really easy to get the execute and kill someone and then escape with all your mobility. I like it.
Yeah, I think this is a good call. So, BNK Furex, what are they going to be banning away? Bottom laners. So, likely supports that they need to get rid of.
Pike, maybe, but I don't... That one's tough. There's just not a whole lot left in here. Are they going to try to play a Nautilus lane?
Yeah, I think you get rid of the Nautilus at least. Rakan, decent one.
Rakan can be kind of annoying. If you want to dive the bottom lane repeatedly, you probably want to ban Nals and or Leona. They can only ban one more of those two.
I think Nefiri going to be banned away here.
Yeah.
That would be a good one to
Very
get rid
strong with all this dive.
And there's just a lot of junglers that have been removed so far.
Imagine, man, when I'm looking at this draft right here, I'm like, what happens when we get to
well.
Game 4 and Game 5 in Fearless in this meta? It's going to get weird.
Yeah, and we are into best of 5 town pretty soon. It's going to be a whole lot of fun as we get towards the playoffs.
So, in the past, we'd see like Draven Nami into this lane, like in rarer cases to try to answer. That's the Leona I was mentioning, so they can't, just use the Leona defensively against dives. Maybe a Misfortune lane? Misfortune Rel is going to struggle, but has good stats.
I mean, they could still play Talia Shen or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I actually like the Talia as a pick into this because of the martial pose. There's that Nefiri you mentioned. Wukong still available. And
yeah,
maybe the best jungler left.
There aren't very many of them, as we've now had 4 fearlessly banned and 4 actually banned.
Maokai?
By 4, I mean 3.
Kind of could work here, too. It's not going to be great into the Nocturne, but...
I'd really like the Maokai. I think that's a good shout. Kha'Zix!
Okay.
All right, never mind. This one was considered an anti-Nocturne pick as well. So that's a fun one. Jin.
Jin Karma?
We're going to start up the Jin loss streak again. All right, it's Jin Shen. Or Shin.
Shenzhen?
It's just Shin.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just naming cities in China. I thought that was the theme, but I think I got it wrong.
Yeah. Where's the Zen coming from? Oh, it's just how they're vibing. They're pretty zen down there.
Yeah.
I think you have to be when you're facing off against the Callista Renata. That's Crocodile.
I was liking how this draft was looking for BNK, but they've really gone all in on we win the game immediately or we don't and we lose the game 100%. of this draft. It's got a really strong mid game. You know, you've got Kalista Renata, you've got the CC set up with the Renekton. The Akali's going to burst anybody down who gets pretty low, gets power from bailout. I mean, even Kha'Zix, pretty good with bailout. But Nongshim Red Force have a side lane win con with the Nocturne and the Gnar. They have a really strong early laning phase with the Syndra. Bottom lane, let's not talk about bottom lane. You know,
I'm happy with that.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about Jin Shen.
Shenzhen.
Shen
Jin.
is Zen in the Jin lane.
It's just Shin, dude. It's just under your knee. That bit of leg under your knee.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the lane.
I kind of feel like Renata is a Shin guard.
Oh, I like that.
But actually, Shin guards are designed to protect your Shin. In this case, she might be hurting the Shin.
Oh, true. But can protect you from the Shin?
Yeah.
Maybe a Shin guard is actually all about protecting everything around the Shin from the Shin.
It kind of works out that way, because if everyone's wearing Shin guards in a game of football, you're not slamming your Shins together, you're slamming the plastic together, which is better for everybody. So they're also protecting the other Shins.
You're saving your Shin from the Shin of the other person.
Yeah.
Now the word Shin has lost all meaning. It is time to get onto the rift for game number 3. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the rift for game number 3, the finale of the regular season. And already we have Scout parked in this bottom lane, and they will just push this Kalista Renata out of lane.
I'm trying to find who played Kha'Zix. Was it? It must have been Kanavi, right? Had to be.
Kanavi did play it this year.
Yeah, so it was him, because 100% win rate. I think it's just 1-0. Okay, Vikla.
Vikla is in a bit of trouble. He is going to teleport, and no one even noticed.
Bye.
All right, well, Vikla is safe.
That was a good teleport. It's the closest to the fountain he could have gotten.
There you go.
But the problem is he doesn't have teleport now to get back to lane, and Scout's killing the minions.
He is. So this level advantage should be
it's not
quite good.
It's not a good matchup in the early levels for the Akali. It's not a good matchup when the Akali has to teleport level 1.
There's a flash in from Lehens. He is going to heal, as it didn't necessarily work out all that well.
To be fair, Shen is one of Lehens' favorites.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they call him Leshens oftentimes.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't played it that much this year.
He hasn't been a Shen guy.
Yeah, because he was the only Shen guy, and now when it became meta, he got a little hipster about it. But he showcased to everyone what you could do with this champ early on in the lane, and he did that to Vikla in this game already. We'll see what else he can get done, because maybe this lane ends up being favorable more than we thought.
Well, right now, Diablo and Lehens are actually doing a decent job, as you were talking about.
Got to control the tempo of this lane if you're going to win it as Jin and Shen.
Yep, or Shin.
Yes.
Okay. Vikla.
Crowd usage on point.
Yeah, Vikla hanging out underneath his turret is just taking so much damage from Scout.
Scout has TP. I know that's pretty obvious to everyone, but I just want to mention. Ooh.
Ow. Managing to sidestep that one was pretty impressive.
Super skinny from not being able to have a whole lot of farm in this early game.
These are not very good win rates for these champions so far.
This is looking bad now. The wave is not where Lehens and Diablo want it.
You might have thought that he nailed Taeun with that Deadly Flourish, but Taeun actually just blocked that minion from going down. So a bit of an advantage being put together here by BNKPRX. Sponge now going to get surrounded. Raptor looking for an angle. And Kellen already taking a fair bit of damage here. Vikla's making his way in 50% health, though, and you can see now it's Nongshim that are taking a bit too much damage. Great scatter to come through just to buy some space. Kellen needs to be careful. But in the end, Shellfish goes over to the crustacean. Or
a 4v4 at 3 minutes. No one dies. We had a lot of action. Scuttle secured for BNK. Kellen's fairly low, but I mean, they have a pretty nice advantage here in this lane to play through, as here comes that TP.
Observers are so confused about what to do. So am I, as Sponge is going to fear the Akali. Phenomenal scatter! And Vikla goes down. That is first blood, as now Taeun's in a bit of trouble. He gets the bailout, though. Will he get the Rend? The answer is no, and it's a double for Nongshim in the bottom lane.
Calculated. I guess, for Lehens there. Knew he wasn't going to die. Knew that bailout wasn't going to proc. He wasn't worried for a second.
I was. That seemed very close.
Yeah, I think Taeyun and Kellen agreed. Taeyun did not flash.
I think he just thought that the Rend was going to come off
Yeah,
cooldown.
I agree.
And now they just flash in. That is an extraordinarily dead Nah.
So the early game Nocturne, not so great. Early game Kha'Zix, pretty good. Pretty strong. Not so much when it's feared, but otherwise, a lot of combat power early.
Oh, yeah.
We'll push the Gnar out, and Raptor does end up picking up the kill. One for this first strike that we see on Kha'Zix every time, trying to accelerate his way through those lethality items. Very similar to Qiyana in how it is played, just not the same combo power later on. So the taunt comes through here. Bailout gets dropped as he's burning down to the Ignite. And yeah, the flash wouldn't have even helped him there, to be honest. Just didn't have the damage.
They just weren't able to get the reset on that bailout. And so Taeyun and Kellen back to square one here, as Diablo is very scary. Does have that serrated Dirk now completed. And this pathetic little slingshot in Taeyun's back pocket is not really what he wants. Still, that is a pretty good amount of damage onto Lehens, as they still have the poke advantage in this lane, given the range that they do have.
Taeyun continuing to push through.
I don't think this one is over yet or anything like that, but it's already a great start for Nongshim so far.
They need a little bit more time to right the ship here. Is Clear does have his ult still, but doesn't have flash from the previous play. Wants to look for this ult to get tempo. Can he get more?
As the Dominus, wallop number 2 is going to come on through here, as Clear not able to wait for another slice, as he's also not able to sidestep the stairs that were just thrown at him.
Looks like Vikla is going to get to level 6 without any more disasters in the mid lane. But that's good news.
I mean, it's already a kind of a disaster, though, with a 600 gold advantage.
More disasters. Yeah. No more disasters.
Oh, being very polite to Lehens, sending him to the Shadow Realm here, as now Diablo in a little bit of trouble. Raptor at level 6 is dashing his way around, has upgraded his claws, as we can see.
Who did you predict for this series?
I have no idea.
Because I think I predicted B&K, but as this game has gone on, I'm like, maybe I didn't. Maybe
I would assume I predicted B&K. But I also might have just flipped a coin.
Like, who would you predict now? That's where I was really going to get to.
Probably BN BFX. That's probably the option that I'd go for here, as now it's a very dead Kha'Zix. Sponge going to be gifted a way out here, as Vikla really wanted to press that button.
Oh, he really did, but he definitely shouldn't have, and it was good that he did not.
Yes, I would agree.
So, right now, Nongshim have a small lead. The bottom side of the map, the leads are large, but it's a advantage for the Kha'Zix that has 2 kills. Difficult to quantify. Lehens does kind of face checks here, and by kind of, I mean he completely does. There's no other story to tell about that one. So he dies. Raptor really wants to get the scuttle, but then gets ulted on here. Tries to offer the damage back here, but ends up getting feared. Sponge gets on top of him, and then Sponge blast cones away. And Vikkla's like,
oh,
no.
He wanted to so bad. Unfortunately, just would have meant the death of him.
Would have probably been another discussion about handlebars.
Yeah, I think so too. Or hammer downs.
Hammer downs, handlebars. That's what threw me off, because I know.
I think I said the wrong word.
And when I searched hammer down, like the answer came up, but some of the pictures were weird, and it took me a minute to ascertain.
Oh, so it is actually real. I'm not just wrong. I think it might be a colloquialism issue.
No, I think maybe it's just a different regional dialect.
Handlebar definitely is a thing too. That one did trigger something in my memory.
Hammer down is like what Reinhardt screams before he looks for an Earth Shatter.
I imagine he probably does that.
So maybe a gank here for Raptor again, or does he want to go for grubs? He can't. He's going for grubs.
Well, Diablo is helping it out here as Raptor is coming on over. Lehens gets the flash taunt though, and down will go this Kha'Zix. He tried to go into stealth and it just did not really work there, and that is another kill over to the Jhin. Is Jhin going to be on a winning streak?
It's looking likely right now after what we thought would likely be a pretty tough matchup, and the bottom side just got completely flipped on its head. Yeah. Lehens is popping off. And we started the series with, I distinctly remember, reading comments online after game 1 like, Diablo got gapped. You know, the trade was a success for BNK.
I mean,
and then Diablo
I
ended up
remember talking about it as well, actually.
And then, you know, this needs no real explanation here. But then in game 2, Diablo got gifted 7 kills in the early game and then did like 1,500 DPM. And now in game 3 has an 800 gold lead. So maybe the narrative has changed a little bit.
Maybe it's just development in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Happening right now. We are here. We are witnessing it.
They're doing a little bit more of the teamwork than they did in game 1, which was, unfortunately, a lot of great hands and mechanical moments for Nongshim, but they couldn't actually link it together. Then in game 2, the beginning was great. The end was a little bit funny. I think a little bit strange, but they still pulled it off. This early game, though, looking much better with Lashens.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, trying to find some positives here for BNK Furex. They at least do manage to get Vikla to level 7. He does have now access to the ultimate that he did use previously.
Umbral Glaive, pretty nice little early game spike. Look at that, cleared that ward. He's standing on a Scuttle Crab, but he cleared that ward. He got that extra money.
There you go. They're also on this dragon, as Vikla is going to make his way over. And you can see BNK's bottom lane are also going to head on in here. There's the paranoia to come on through. As Scout is in a lot of trouble. That's the steal on the dragon, but that is not what BNK Furex were looking for. They just wanted to get any sort of kill that they could find. And look, they found one.
Yeah, they got another one. All right, that's pretty good. It's Mountain Dragon that's picked up, however, which is pretty bad for their composition. Any extra resources given to the armor and magic resistance is going to feel pretty bad when you're running a Kha'Zix Akali draft.
Very true.
But they are able to turn this into a winning play here. Yes, the steal does go off, but that's because they wanted to get this kill on the Scout, and they communicated that. Raptor does escape, despite some pretty cool shots there from Diablo.
Yeah, he missed the first couple, though, a little bit unfortunately. So curtain call aim could be helped out.
Look, nobody's perfect in this series.
That's true. KT are going to be playing in the play-ins, but not here today.
It's you know, I think in this series, you're going if you can just have an average performance, you're like feeling really good.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
That's what I'm getting at a little bit.
All right, Hubris now done here for Diablo. I think that is appropriately named as well. As Lehens is going to get his hand shook. Very polite is Kellen. And Vikla does a fair bit of damage. We've seen clear. There's a crocodile-shaped hole in that wall, I swear. As Kingen has just slammed clear into it over and over again so far this series. And the Renekton is even with the Gnar. And you're always feeling a bit weird about that whole situation because a Renekton doesn't necessarily age all that well.
No. And the call is going to complete in 26 minions here for Kingen, so this gold lead is going to disappear. And it won't really be a magic trick or confusing, it's just simple math.
Yep.
I am kind of wondering if BNK are going to be able to get it together here on one of these upcoming Dragon fights or Herald, both in about 3 minutes' time, to win a team fight to get their comp that needs to be extremely ahead to at least an even game state. Because if they don't, I believe we're going to watch another game of our 3-game series where all 3 games have been very one-sided, which is one-sided, and not a whole lot of gameplay happening, which is very sad, especially because it's the last regular season game for both of these teams. But that is the reality we're heading towards at this point in time. I asked you earlier, who do you predict at that game state? It was a little bit more ambiguous back then. I would definitely go with Nongshim right now. I think they have so many advantages.
Yeah, I also think that, okay, they're going to dive onto Vikla, who does go into a shroud. That might keep himself alive as Lehens is just dead. Paranoia comes in, and that is Sponge looking for a bit of an angle, but there's the ulti to get Vikla away. And so Sponge not going to find any joy from that one. Deadly Flourish comes in. Vikla comes back with the perfect execution. We'll be able to at least grab a few minions here.
This game just won't be serious. This whole series, it just won't do it.
Okay.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
There he goes.
Can we just have a serious game? Can it not just be silly the whole time?
I mean, Vikla seriously died.
Yeah, Diablo could just, he has X-ray vision or X-shroud vision or whatever. Thermal vision, I guess, would probably be the best one for seeing that one there and getting the kill.
Yeah, I think thermal vision would help.
All right, so Nongshim are still in a really good spot in this game. It's another Hubris build, by the way. We saw this earlier today from Gumayushi.
A little bit of a Guma flavor here for Diablo.
That's the way to win on Jhin. Like 100% win rate on this build so far.
Honestly,
that's what it's looking like.
That's what we're going to have to see from now on.
So Vikla here gets taunted and scattered and just walks it off. Kellen's ult's fantastic, kills Lehens here. And then he gets Nocturne ulted and then is able to dash back and get the flip, or the ult rather, to buy more space, punches a lot of his health. And then Vikla's like, after all that, you know what I'll do?
Bomb the wave, baby!
And Diablo's like, he can't do that. And then he's like, yes, I can. You can't see me. Oh, you were heading in that direction. He was able to predict where he was based on how he was walking. So no thermal goggles required, I think, for this one, as
and
it was
had
pretty
a couple
predictable.
of extra bullets after that as well. So even if that had a miss, there was a chance that he was just able to get more. Rapid Fire Cannon is now completed here for the Jhin. He's an entire item ahead of Taeun. And also has shoes. And Taeun's gone barefoot for now. This is a bit of an 80 carry gap once again. It's been 80 carry gaps this whole series long, but they were different names for the first two games. This is very similar to the second one.
Yeah. Caitlyn domination from Taeun into Lucian domination for Diablo, and now Jhin, much to your chagrin.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird spin on how the series has gone.
I'm trying to just feel like Lehens is just extremely good on Shen. That's what I'm going for. That's going to help me not feel like it's Jhin that's just being way better this game. Oh, okay. Vikla going to try and find a bit of an angle here. Deadly Flourish comes down, and another curtain call as Vikla flashes and still gets hit.
I love Vikla's visceral reactions on camera whenever something like this happens. It's like every time he gets solo killed or something like this happens, he's either grabbing the back of his head violently or tossing his hands into the air. The Ignite this time giving vision, so he was unable to hide, but just got predicted there, and then the flash didn't help him. So now he's down flash and also died.
Oh, okay. Now we're going in once again. Sponge looking for an angle towards Raptor, and a Deadly Flourish is going to lock him down. I have a feeling I know who's going to get POM this game.
What is happening? You are so far behind. I mean, not you individually, Raptor, but your team is behind. You have no control. He's trying to set up deep vision and like start taking the enemy jungle away. They're like, there's a bug. As soon as you have a bug, they bug reported him, and then they fixed the bug.
Yeah. This is making me think of Starship Troopers now.
Yeah. So Scout doesn't do that much damage here. Vikla's Merc Treads helping him out quite a bit. And then Ignite, and Lehens is like, all right, just don't miss. Oh, he wanted to get over the edge. I didn't realize how close he was to the edge there, but unfortunately he didn't quite get out.
Man, beautifully done. Indeed.
Yeah, sadly, that's not what he wanted.
All right. Oh, he's going to shoot him with a gun and a blade at the same time. As Kingen should be falling down here. There is the Shen coming on in.
Okay.
He was tanking up the turret, did manage to flash away.
The new common caster buzzword for this term is an overload of the side lane. Overload, there were 4 people there.
I thought we were going to call it a DNS.
Yeah, well, I mean, DNS does this a lot. But the consequence of such overload is that you're losing everything else everywhere else, which doesn't happen when DNS does it because they do it in a calculated timing when they're not 4,000 gold behind.
Although they do it when they're 4,000 gold behind as well.
Yeah, it has a similar result to what's happening in this game.
Yeah.
So there's those inner turrets still alive, so that's good news. We're going to watch this again. Kingen is very far forward here. They're like, all right, let's get him. Let's get him.
Well, I think he's going to get him.
Clear actually unable to get him with the stun initially. Let's get it here without flashing. And then eventually gets him even with the Shen ultimate attempted there from Lehens.
Yeah, getting the Stand United on cooldown, kind of a big deal in this moment for BNK Furex. And they've at least got a recurve bow for Taeun. So, I mean, he's 2.5k gold behind. It is still looking incredible.
Late game close to gets it done.
Hey!
Late game close to gets it done.
So, we've been watching a lot of Pays and Ruler playing Kalista, and it kind of makes you forget that this champion can sometimes just fall flat on its face.
Yeah, it did not go well in the laning phase. Lehens has been running this game from level 1 where he took away Vikla's flash and teleport. Diablo, maybe some money.
Okay, there's the paranoia to come on through though, and the hostile takeover comes in. Sponge takes a lot of damage from this this Kalista, and down they will go. Still, I mean, Taeyun does sacrifice his own life for it, but now he's got a Rage Blade, and that feels way better.
He finally can actually express himself for how he's been feeling. He just cut the gold lead into like a third of what it was, though, off of that play.
Crazy.
Bailout allows him to get that second kill. So Diablo initially here just walks up way too far forward. They have full vision. Raptor goes in, sets up the damage, and then this is such a huge hostile takeover. It also damages Sponge so heavily, allows Taeyun to get that bailout and go for the additional Rend there to take him down before he does die.
The Fate's Call knockup also absolutely fantastic from Kellen. And just great to see Kellen on the Renata. This is actually something that we haven't spoken about just yet, but I know that you are well aware just how good this guy is on this champion.
His mechanics.
He is one of our best when it comes to playing the Renata. Hasn't really been able to show it so far this game until that moment that did look just brilliant. All right, BNK FearX cut that gold lead in half like you were talking about. Not just Taeyun cutting down his individual gold lead to a third. Just the overall gold lead has now really taken a dive.
Okay, gotta stay away from Scout. He's very scary. Luden's Shadow Flame. Vikla.
Oh, dear. That's very annoying. Yeah, he gets the stairs thrown. He gets another set of stairs thrown at him. And
what? Wait, he's baiting? Has King over... No, he's fine.
He's all right.
The rest of the team was sort of coming up, but they didn't have the hostile takeover or any ability to chase him down there, so...
This is a very scary 0-2-0 now.
Yeah, he's a little bit mechanically gifted on this champion, I would say, Kingen.
Yep, I think he's certainly played a few games, but now...
Look at him go!
Avoids the Void Spikes, and now Kingen is going to have Shen to come on through to help him out, and I think Clear is just dead. Yeah, nothing he can do about that. Does at least have a Cole, the Meek, but that is still Kingen grabbing another kill, or grabbing his first.
Yeah, that was a scary 1-2-0 Gnar.
Now he needs 3 assists, and we can prove that Gnar can count.
Yeah, elementary on the orange prehistoric Yordle.
Yeah.
Sponge is going to get this dragon on the other side of the map as he's just wondering what the hell's going on topside while he's going to get this objective.
Yep.
Feel good about it.
Success.
Going for a second Drake here, not Infernal Soul Point just yet, but still a significant one to pick up.
Oh, Raptor also has Bastion Breaker as well.
Dodges the Void Spikes and then calls for Lehens. And Lehens answers the call and then taunts the Renekton. The King can run him down. And you can see the Kha'Zix is like, well, guess I'm out of this one. As the auto flies before transformation.
All right, not a great move there on the top side for BNK FearX, but it is going to mean that this gold lead has now moved back towards that 4,000 mark.
Late game Kalista gets it done, Atlas.
Oh, right, you did mention that before.
Don't worry.
I need to work on my active listening, I think.
No, it's a common mistake people think. Kalista's stronger in the early game.
Got it. Well, I'm glad that I'm being taught these things. Vikla now looking for an angle towards Scout.
Scout?
He's found an angle towards Scout. Gets shot by a blade, and down he will go.
Sponge wants to double down on it. He also might just be free food.
Curtains! As Raptor gets hit by 2, and yeah, Sponge is just really dead. Sponge is having a series.
Kingen, let's not go in by ourselves 1v4. I thought our 2 teammates that just did that might have learned or taught you something about the Kingen learned.
Nongshim really like it when they're 2,000-ish gold.
Yeah, they like to keep it around that spot. Okay, so this isn't that silly. Okay, you know, he's got a flanking TP he wasn't aware of. That's a weird ward placement. What are you going to do? He has a Nocturne to shadow him. There's Nocturne to shadow him. Nocturne was his shadow. And then once he was gone, the shadow disappeared as well.
Yeah, that's not the same as in Peter Pan. As now, Lehens, oh yeah, more politeness out of Kellen. Really beautifully done. Taeyun, 3 kills now in this game.
I feel like we're going from replays of some silly moments into like being less aware of what's going on in live of the silliness that is also occurring there.
Yeah,
this comp is so much burst damage that if you're alone or you just go in piecemeal, it will rip you to shreds.
I mean, if you're alone
out.
Like Kha'Zix's whole thing is if you're alone, you'll die.
Yeah, that's like his passive ability.
Yeah, that's how he works.
He does a lot of damage with that when that situation
especially
occurs.
if you're a Bastion, because you can then just get broken.
Yes. He has that item.
Yeah.
I think that's what your point was.
Yeah, that's
there,
what my point was. I just like the name of the item.
I just wanted to continue with your point there.
Do you think if you build that item and then you're playing against Braum, you just like break his Wait, no, Bastion is the ability of Tarek, right? Maybe you just break his Bastion ability if you press it.
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's about whether you secure a jungle.
Wait, does
large
Tarek
jungle
even
monster.
have Bastion anymore? I think he does, but
Look, I'm not.
original Tarek did, and I thought he kept the name, but never mind. We've got now Sponge turning off the lights, doesn't want his friends to see him die, I don't think, but never mind, they turn it around, and Sponge is still alive. The Umbral Blades are going to work out, and Clear might be able to get the kill, but never mind, he's not even able to do that. The fear comes in, and I am sorry, Sponge, I was unaware of your game. As Clear is fighting Lehens, but he may not even win that one as Diablo comes in and saves his support. My God, that was a severe outplay.
Yeah, okay. Nongshim, what are they going to have to do to get the Goldie back to around 2,000 after that?
Oh, that's a really good point, actually.
Especially if they get this Baron, it's going to be a problem. All right, so he's here, isolated, right? He's like, I'm trying to get out, uses a spell shield here, and then goes back in.
And he was behind the hostile takeover.
Oh my God. That was actually so sick. And then there's just so much CC like that's annoying this poor Renekton. Is they're going to get the Baron in live.
They will.
And the Renekton doesn't even get the kill on Shen. Lehen survives again, calculated just like it was in the early laning phase when they tried to go for that bailout play. So, we're up to 5K now. We're going to have to shave that down.
Yeah, they've got some work to do. The Rebel Baron power play sitting at 400 right now.
Popcorn guy, I think, is full, man. I looked over there. He hasn't picked it up in a while.
Oh, no. He's on the edge of his seat, though. Understandably. All right, Raptor. Just spotted immediately. But is able to get, a bit of value out of the W.
How do you win this game as BNK from here? I think you have to have a teleport flank of a century, right? Nexus. It has to be a really crazy flank ward where... Well, I mean, yeah, and it lead to a lot of things that have happened to kill a Nexus. So yeah. That is a good answer, Alice.
Yeah, thank you.
But I was really just thinking aloud. How could they make this happen if Nongshim just continue to carefully push these lanes and play through their Nocturne, which can play through both side lanes. That's why he's in the middle of the map right now.
I think sneaky vision and then playing around getting picks.
There's a ward in the bottom lane behind them right now, behind Nongshim Red Forest here, that could be teleported to by Vikla and or Clear. That's what they're going to have to play through, I think, here. Kellen has his ult.
All right. Speaking of ults, the curtains are going to get cold here as Kellen doing his best to survive. That last shot did so much, though.
All right, they're pinging that ward. They're talking about it, Atlas. It's going to come to life.
All right, well, let's see whether there is going to be a spinny circle on the minimap around that one. Right now,
need to get Kellen's health back first, and he is here with flash and ult. There's that TP.
Here we go. The circles. Immediately, we have King and following, but both of the solo lanes to come out as Paranoia immediately follows. The fear comes down as well, and there is no one coming to save Clear. He is just really dead. Oh, no.
It was a good try. It was the only try, right? Kellen has ult. Maybe he outplay it.
Tane does have a bailout, but I mean, that's still just gray health that then just goes away. It's a double for Scout. He has a lot of items. He's very, very scary. And yeah, that bottom lane did not last.
All right, so now that there's no annoying teleport ward, Nongshim going to go back to winning the game. Take this turret out. Now the inhibitor is next. They still got 30 seconds of Baron. There's no wave clear. It's an Akali, and Raptor is trying to do a thing. But I think this game is just finally done.
Yeah, there's the Gnar. Just immediately pummels him into the wall. Yeah, goes into the Shroud, but dies while he's there. Raptor is now trying to run away, but the Dustspringer comes in. Diablo just needs another shot, but it doesn't matter. He's going to reload. Deadly Flourish is going to be avoided, but Raptor is nowhere near his Nexus, which goes down. And Nongshim, from the brink of defeat, win 2 games in a row. The play-ins, they're going to have to increase this gameplay level, but Spawn, I think we're so critical because we've seen some great stuff out of him. Seen a lot of great stuff out of this. Put that on a sign and start waving it around on a placard outside or something like that. That's what I would do.
This is that last-ditch attempt on the TP flank. They suss it out immediately and just collapse. And Raptors pushed out here. The Renekton is just CC chained, and the Ninja just continues to slink in the shadows as Vikla just watches on.
Oh dear. And then Taeun, like,
아칼리 마크
he
되고,
had the
아칼리
bailout.
왼쪽, 아칼리 왼쪽.
And oftentimes the bailout
맞다,
saves you,
맞다.
but it then just kind of disintegrated immediately.
You got to
as
kill
you see.
someone. And they didn't do a whole lot of that in this game, generally speaking.
Yeah.
The Akali into the Syndra. Definitely not one that I think Vic will be opting into again anytime soon. I thought the bottom lane was going to be fine, but they got outplayed. And then this cheeky little Kha'Zix, it just didn't go as planned.
All right. Diablo had an unbelievable Lucian game in game number 2, and his Jhin, brilliant in this one as well. Outplayed the Kalista Renata lane that was really highly prioritized here by BNK FureX here in this final game. So